Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, and today I am back with another episode of the Men of War Assault Squad 2 Star Wars Galaxy at War mod. Now, today we have a brand new map created by Captain Orange, an awesome map maker. You can find his maps on my Discord in the Men of War Maps channel if you are interested. Either way, this is a humongous wooden bridge battle in some type of Pacific planet here. We've got the 41st Elite Corps defending, some of whom are in their jungle camouflage armor, while others are in the standard gray clone trooper armor that marks their legion. They have defenses all up in these barracks over here. They're defending some type of mining facility across the bridge, and then they've also got an outpost over on the opposite end of the bridge where they're just sort of defending the front part of the bridge. Then there is also defenses in the middle of the bridge along with a TX-130T. I had an ATTE set up on the bridge, but it turns out that when it exploded, it took down the entire bridge. So I felt like I should get rid of that because that would not allow the droids to cross the bridge at all, and we'd completely lose the entire battle. So I took away the ATTE and replaced it with something a little bit smaller. Either way, speaking of the droids, they are attacking with quite a number of troopers. They've got a lot of infantry. They've got about 3 or 4 AATs as well, and they are attacking from 2 different lanes, one over here, meeting in the middle and attacking the bridge. And obviously the droids outnumber the clones about 3 to 1, but the clones do have a little bit of a health buff on them. The droids have 75 health, while the clones have 100 health, just to make up for the clones' lack of troopers compared to the droids, and to make it a little bit more realistic like the show. So yeah, either way, it should be really interesting to see whether or not the clone troopers can defend the bridge from the oncoming battle droids. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. It really helps out the channel a ton. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, guys, let's get into this battle. Hello gamers, real quick, I just want to let you know about Instant Gaming, the place where you can get the cheapest games of all time, and it is not a scam. It really works. I personally buy all my games here, so you can trust me, and if you do have a problem, contact me and I will talk to Instant Gaming myself, but I've never heard of anyone having a problem with this website, so I highly recommend. Some of the deals they've got is $8 on Men of War Assault Squad 2, which is the game I use to make the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod videos, $15 for Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then it is only $30 for XCOM 2, which is what I use for the Clone Wars conversion mod. They have some seriously sick deals in here. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is currently out of stock, but it is also very cheap. I think like $45 or something like that. I highly recommend using this website if you are doing any Christmas shopping, holiday shopping, or you just want to get yourself a little game, because why not? You deserve it, man. Either way, guys, thanks for listening to this ad. Thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring me, and on with the video. Alrighty then, boys, let's get right on into it here. Pressing start right now. Our clone brothers on the front lines prepared for this droid offensive, and they take really early shots at the droids who are advancing right now. You know, getting a couple of kills there, nothing too much. The droids are in a pretty large mass of troopers at the moment, so you know, they're going to have a lot of power behind their attack here, and the clones are going to probably struggle to get too many kills right off the bat. In fact, a number of clones going down very early on. They don't have super great defenses in this preliminary outpost. It's mainly just an early warning system for the clones over here to warn the rest of the bridge, like, hey, here they come. They are a-coming. Oh lordy, she's a-coming. She chonk. Bunch of clones going down early on here. The dudes in the bunker already falling victim to the oncoming droid army. The rest of the boys inside of this little village area, you know, holding out the best they can. This guy gets up. Oh, they're about to get run over by an AAT. It doesn't push forward. It was just within an inch of killing these guys. TX-130T, the hero that it is, coming forward to try and help out as best it can. It's running over droids. It's literally just charging into droids here, but it does explode. Oh my goodness. Good gracious. That was a extreme reaction from that TX-130T. It was obviously very distraught by its clone brothers dying, so they were like, put the pedal to the metal, get us up there, we're taking on this droid army right now. Either way, the droids did manage to take out the full entirety of this outpost. And it looks like they're kind of regathering right now to start their bridge assault. Most of the troopers that are just sort of standing on the bridge are hugging the side walls of it now and firing down the middle. I mean, it's a fair strat, you know. Whoa! Huge explosion hitting this right side of the bridge. Luckily for the droids, it did not break the bridge itself. More explosions hitting the front there. They better be kind of careful, though. They don't want this bridge to collapse, or the droids will not be able to cross it in the slightest. Though they don't seem to care. They're just launching HE shells willy-nilly at these clone trooper defenders on the bridge. Probably just hoping to, you know, get some cheeky kills in there. You know, blow them up while they're nice and clumped together. Meanwhile, the clones seem to be sort of retreating back slightly. You know, we're seeing a lot of, you know, firing, running back, almost like a leapfrog backwards to escape the oncoming droid army. And it seems to be pretty effective. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of droid bodies piling up here. I'm seeing the clones managing to get pretty far away without too many losses themselves, so, you know, not too bad. Oh, huge explosion right there, takes out a whole drove of clones. That is a toughie right there. That is tough. Ooh, another big explosion rocks them. That is absolutely brutal right there. Honestly, the AAT cannons might not be powerful enough to actually destroy the bridge. I think the ATTE blowing up was basically like a stick of dynamite, which was enough to blow up the bridge, but AAT HE shells aren't that powerful. So maybe that's what's keeping the bridge intact for the droids right now. Maybe the droid engineers were smart enough to realize that, and they were like, all clear, you know, you can fire away, feel free. Look at these dudes up on this little scouting post. I really like this little area of the battle right here. This is really cool to me. I don't know, the fact that they can, like, sort of look on to the bridge from afar. Ooh, that guy gets sniped real quick right there. The rest of his friends seem okay, though. The droids really only wanted to target that guy. Now they're firing out a little bit more across the way. Oh, it seems like there's a pooling up of droids over here who are firing towards the clones on that side. That's kind of funny. That's a really far shot. Impressive, truly. Truly impressive. The very back sandbag defenses of the bridge over here are firing away a little bit. Droids don't seem to be fully in range, but they're getting there, you know? I'm seeing chiclet fire, which means probably like 1 or 2 droids has entered into range, and then they're taking them out, and then they have to stop because the rest aren't close enough, that sort of a thing. But droid snipers still doing some dirty work on the clone sandbag defenses here, and I think that's resulting in a lot of dead clones. You can see a grouping of them over here are dead. There goes another one right there. And those are high-powered sniper rifles, so they will one-shot clones if they get a headshot. Maybe a 2-shot body shot, something like that, you know? So that's tough right there. A huge mass of droids is entering onto the bridge now. Look at them go. This is a whole heck of a lot of them. I bet the clones wish they still had their TX-130T right now, because that would have been an absolute grand slam. They could have pounded these droids with a ton of HE fire, wiping out almost the entirety of them, but instead now the clones have to resort to bazooka fire, which is a little bit more explosive than small arms fire, but still effective. If they want to take out groupings, or if they get even closer, they can resort to grenade fire, but beyond those explosive options, they still have small arms, which they're utilizing, and they're still getting some droid kills, but it's nowhere near, you know, explosive capacities of old. These are all free roaming clones, by the way, who were on the bridge, but they have retreated backwards into the rest of the clone defenses here. I do really like that aspect of these battles, that, you know, we have free roaming troopers who can sort of be a little bit more flexible to the battle as a whole and retreat back or push forward. You know, the ebb and flow of the battle, rather than having all static clone troopers defending. You know, we have a mix of both. That's always kind of cool to me. I always like that aspect of these battles. Clones defending this sandbag partition here still, and they're starting to fall pretty rapidly. They've got backup from behind, though, so I mean, you know, they don't have to take the brunt of the force. They just have to take the majority of it. Let's see. Yeah, these clones back here seem to be helping out quite nicely. I think they're just coming into range now, and they're managing to knock out a few droids here or there. Very nice. Let's check out the kills that some of these clones have before they die, which they inevitably will. This guy's got 4 kills. This guy's got 1. This guy's got 5. That guy right there has 1. That guy has none. Very sad. This guy's got 1. This guy's got none. 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 Okay, not a lot of kills with those guys further back. It seems like these guys are the ones with majority of the kills at the moment. Droids just getting closer and closer. You can see the large blob of droids off in the distance. Pretty close now. They're about at the halfway point in the bridge, I'd say. Still taking some pretty substantial losses, though, so nowhere near victory terms yet. It's still kind of in the air who's going to win, because the clones, first of all, they've got this bridge choke point, and that's the whole point of this bridge defense, is the fact that it's a massive choke point, which is going to, you know, be very in favor of the clone troopers defending. But not only do they have this choke point, they've also got all of these barricades back here. Sorry, not barricades, barracks back here that they're going to be able to fire from. And that'll result in a lot of kills as well. So clone defenses are nowhere near donezo just yet. But the droids are nowhere near donezo either. They've still... I'm trying to get a good camera shot here. There's still this AAT tank over here, and they've still got a bunch of infantry just sort of on the cliff walls here. I think they're the ones who were trying to take out that little outpost up at the top. Now they're kind of useless as that outpost has been taken out. So hopefully these guys shuffle more towards the middle of the bridge as the battle goes on. By the way, I'm just going to real quick start squatting these guys up. Whoa, some are crossing through the water? I didn't even notice. There's a ton on the shoreline here. Yo, that's crazy. That's really cool, actually. I like that. They can swim on this map. That adds a whole other element to the battle, you know? That's really cool. Either way, we're going to squat up these droids. That way they work a little bit more cohesively and together. I think it just makes for cooler strategies during the battle itself and, you know, that kind of a thing. So we'll squat up a little bit here. Perhaps some of these droids are even just, like, diving off of the cliff and, you know, off of the bridge and going into the water from here. From atop the bridge, too. That could be interesting, too. Either way, the attack seems to be rejuvenated now after a brief pause there while I was squatting them up. And now the droids are back at it again. These sandbag defenses here are pretty much entirely taken out. There's one dude, like, off to the side here healing up real quick. And then, of course, there's also these bunkers are still very much so alive. Seems like an AAT shell or a bazooka shell hit right here and wiped out a couple of guys there, but still some remain, though, to hold off. I think this position right here with these, like, storage containers, this is going to be a very effective position because they're nice at an angle. They've got this fence for cover, too, and they've got these barricades for cover. I just think they're set up for some nice kills as the droids come closer and closer into range. I think that'll be a real nice little treat for the clones there, a nice advantage. Can these droids get up from down here? That's the real question. Are they just... They might just be stuck down there forever. Because I don't... Can they climb these cliff walls? Wait, let's see. I want to just do a quick experiment. Let's see. So they can get up there. And then from there, they're straight up stuck. So I think any... Yeah, they can't make it up. Wait, can they go up this way? I don't think so. I think the droids who are down here are just straight up stuck now. Can you guys make it up from the right? No, they have to go all the way back here, climb up these cliff walls. No, not even these. They have to climb up over here, go all the way around here to get back onto the bridge. That's insane. That is insane. So, the clones picked a very sharp cliff head to hold their defense. So, a whole bunch of droids down here are just, like, useless right now because of it. That's actually kind of insane. Hopefully, less and less droids choose to take this route, or else more and more of them will just be stuck over there, which is kind of a shame. In fact, why don't we... Because I don't want there to just be a bunch of useless droids down there. I think that's really boring for the battle. So why don't we start moving a bunch of these guys just towards the bridge? I won't put them on the bridge, just moving them towards the bridge, so that way they don't fall victim to that little map trickery right there, and they're actually going to participate in the battle a little bit more, because I think that would be more fun than having droids just stuck and nothing to do, because that's kind of boring, if you were to ask me. Either way, back to the main part of the battle here. The droids making very close progress on the bridge here. They're almost at the end of it, but this is where the defenses get extremely hard for them, as the clones are going to be more accurate. They're going to have more of a choke point, and the droids are going to have less and less cover and less distance. So more and more droids are already falling, as we can see the trail of bodies here from droid attacks in the past. Meanwhile, the clones don't seem to be losing nearly as many troopers as they were a little bit earlier. In fact, some of the free roamers are getting a little bit more aggressive too, running up to the front lines, peeling back, running up, peeling back, you know, sort of refreshing themselves and then re-entering into the battle, which is kind of cool. It's a good way to do it, you know. Keeps your troopers nice and healed and reloaded and stuff like that. This position over here, though, did actually fall a little bit. We only see 3 troopers here while the guys who are standing are all dead. Hate to see it. This position way up here still has 2 troopers left alive. There's a bazooka trooper and there's a DC-15S trooper, but they are inactive at the moment because they can't really shoot these guys. More groupings of droids are entering onto the bridge because I put them at the bridge head there. I might just periodically pop over here and do that more and more because I don't want them going to that shoreline where they will get stuck. I think that's boring if we do that. So, you know, just keep on keeping on, you know. Just send a few droids that way every once in a while. I won't send the tanks that way. That feels kind of cheating, but, you know, we'll send a few droids that way every so often. Alright, so the main attack force is making progress. They're actually making on to the main land here, setting up on these defenses that the clones had previously. They seem to be getting a number of kills here, but the clones managing to still take them out, so they're not really getting a nice beachhead here, because once they reach it, they die. But the second they start being able to consistently get fire out from this sandbag position, I feel like it'll be almost game over for the clones because the droids will have made so much progress at that point, and they will be, like, really dug in, too. And that is something you really don't want when holding a choke point. The second they get dug into a nice fireable position is the second that defenders tend to start losing. So, the clones need to keep up this position. They need to keep on just spraying it with as much fire as possible, taking out the droids that come through this way, and they will be golden. But the droids seem to be working as teams now, and they're getting a lot of fire out. Some free roaming clones trying to run to the other end of the map here and get behind some of these barricades. A couple of them go down, but they do manage to get a couple of kills and do manage to make it over there too. Droids setting up really nicely here. Lots of clones down this way are suppressed at the moment, which is no bueno at all. This guy's got like a really nice little window shot right here, but he gets scrapped in the back of the head. Hate to see it, hate to see it. The last few remaining clone troopers behind these lines here running away. Well, I think they're trying to get to better positioning, but this guy's like doing a little jig. He's dancing. He's dancing. He dies, though. Yeah, they're trying to like make it to a better, more lasting position over here, but unsuccessfully, it so appears. The droids did manage to make it to this point here, and they are managing to make a lot of progress right now, but that's not going to stop the clones from continuing to pour on tons and tons of fire. Clones still have really good positions further back. I'm just saying that the choke point here is basically over, and now the clones have to do a bit more of guerrilla warfare amongst their barricades in order to win this battle, which I think they can do. I think the clones are going to be capable of doing this, but it'll just be a little bit harder. If the choke point had been maintained, I think the battle would have been, you know, essentially won, but instead now the clones need to make every single soldier count. They need to be getting multiple kills from each soldier, and they need to be, you know, rapidly, you know, making new choke points, holding droids in new angles and things like that, instead of before where they just had this one massive choke point that they could hold off. But that's the problem with droids, you know, pouring troopers in. The clones can't keep up with the numbers, and it just gets to be impossible. That clone gets grenaded right there. Tough way to go. Probably panicked for a second, froze up, and then blew up, so hate to see it. At least his body wasn't mangled by the explosion. You know, that armor protected him. One clone left on this barricade. They did a nice little defense there for a little while. They got a number of kills before going down, so that was nice. I'm proud of the clones for that. Just a few left in these various barricades here. Not very many, actually, at all. In fact, it might just be this guy. Wait, let's see. No, there's another guy right there on this left side. But then on this right side, there is a ton of clones left alive in various static positions, especially amongst the buildings here. You can see all of them right here. So I think those guys will have an opportunity to maybe clutch it up here. And there's not that many droids remaining. I mean, we brought all the droids over here onto the main part of the bridge, and they slowly funneled over this way. These droids are stuck, so they are out of the battle. They are out of commission unless they find a way up on their own, which I don't think they will. The main body of droids is maybe 50 or 60 troopers, all centered right here. So I think the clones do have an opportunity to win this thing for sure. They just need to make every soldier count, make every shot count, and really start dropping these droids. In terms of numbers, I'd say the clones are still outnumbered maybe 2 to 1. They might have evened out the odds a little bit from the bridge position. But the droids, remember, do have slightly less health than the clones, so that will work to the advantage of the clones as well. I think it's a toss-up still. I think either side could win, though I will admit I think the droids have a slight edge over the clones right now. So, the clones just need to pick up the pace a little bit and really hold out right now, and they will be golden. A trooper inside that barricade does end up going down. These two are in solid positions, though, and they seem to still be getting a ton of kills, which is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that teamwork right there. Both of them working simultaneously to effectively double their shot power by both firing at the same target, and then one has to reload so the other takes over, but one of them goes down mid-reload. This guy's still reloading, though. Okay, he is fresh in his barrel. He lost his friend, though, so that double firepower is now gone. He takes out a grenade. Maybe that'll make up for the loss of his friend a little bit. The grenade does go out. He goes down. It goes off. I think it did get a kill. I heard a screaming droid. These inner defenses here, like I said, are being more effective than just out in the open over here, which is good. There's just a very crowded area, which makes it all the more challenging. Whoa, someone blew up the hut up here. I can't believe we missed that. That's so sad. And the droids very smartly getting up on top of this hill and firing down from the high ground position with snipers, with assault rifles, the works. So this is a very smart move by the droids, actually, to get troopers up here. The clones are dealing with it, but not very fast. The droids managing to get a lot of shots off, probably getting a few kills in the process, while their troopers on the ground sort of shuffle throughout the barricades here. So the droids are being very tactical for once in their small lives. So I'm actually really impressed by the droids at the moment. This is some neat stuff. This is some neat strategy, and they are being very, very effective against these clone guerrilla defenses. That being said, the clones still are holding nicely, and you know, they're clones. They got grit behind them. They're very tactical. They're very hardened. I believe in them. The droid sniper position up here did finally get taken out, so that's a little bit of a relief for the clone troopers on the ground. That's going to be good. Some droids walking straight through the middle here, a couple of them getting chopped down by clone defenders, but then their friends over on the left side over here backing them up with some cover fire. This is a whole mess of a battle right now. It is really a toss-up to me who is going to win now, because the clones are in a stark defense. They haven't even activated all their troopers back here. Some of them haven't even fired a shot yet. So there's still more layers of this defense to go, and the droids are struggling to make it forward, and we're still seeing droids going down. My only worry is that the droids are getting a lot of fire off, and the clones are not, you know, rapidly killing droids, which is always a problem. You know, if you let the enemy build up a little bit, their firepower gets stronger and stronger, and then it becomes tougher and tougher to actually take them out. More snipers also up here, which is not a good thing. Clones need to continuously check up this way to take them out, because it is really, really bad news. Are these guys managing to get up somehow? No, it seems like they're still stuck at the bottom of those cliff walls, so that's good at the very least for the clones. This is turning into a nasty little choke point for the droids right here, actually. Oh, that sniper droid just knocked out that clone. Maybe that choke point is over now, actually. Oh no, there's still a trooper right here in this hut who can fire down that way. All goes quiet for a second here. This has turned into a really, really riveting battle, if I'm being honest. Holy cow. I don't know, man. Alright, so if we look at the mini-map, blue right now are the clone troopers, red are the droids, and I would say the droids right here are the only ones that are actually able to get into action. These ones over this way are completely out of action at the moment, so you know, they're not a threat to the clones. It's just these guys in the immediate vicinity that are, and they still outnumber the clones, and they're moving on forward here, but the clones are in really good defensive positions. The problem is they just don't have that many men left, so Oh, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. I don't know, and I'm really excited, actually. This is a really fun battle. One of the better battles we've had in quite a while, in terms of, like, tactics and all that, you know? The ebb and flow of this battle has been riveting to me. I hope it's been riveting for you guys. These are the kinds of battles, like, I live for on this channel. I love this kind of stuff. More droids pouring on in through this fenced-in area over here, doing various strategic attacks. This is the most strategic I think I've ever seen the droids. There goes a clone right there. He was an important clone to keep alive, too, because he had a DC-19, which is a heavy machine gun. We have a bazooka clone over here. Let's see if he takes a shot with the bazooka. He has it out. If he could take out a group of droids with this thing, he takes out one. I mean, one kill is nice, but like if he could start getting groupings of droids, that'd be sick. He takes out his pistol though, because all these droids are very, very close range right now. He's taking a few pot shots at him. He's trying to take him out, but he gets grenaded, so he runs off to the other side of the hut. He dies. That's tough. His friends in the back, though, still firing away. He goes down, too. This guy goes down. That guy goes down. There's very, very few clone resistors left alive amongst these huts. He dies as well. Was that it? Was that it for the clones? That was it for the clones. All the clones died. Oh, they were so close to victory. I mean, look, there's barely any droids left alive within this encampment. Oh, the clones did so well during this battle, but they just couldn't quite hold it. Oh, this was awesome. This was so awesome. Okay, if we look at the losses right now, yellow are dead clones, red are dead droids. The clones killed so many droids, man. They wrecked house for the longest time here, and they were holding so steady and doing the best they could, but the droids just, they outnumbered them, but just too much, I think, and it was a tough battle. I think it was a toss-up at a few points there. There was a few points where if the clones had just held on a little bit longer and gotten a few more kills, they would have solidified their victory, but instead they faltered, and the droids took advantage of that and pulled through. So really, really cool battle. I was really into it, if you couldn't tell. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to comment, rate the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.